Today, Terry is having fun with flags, just like Sheldon and Amy did. And if you can guess the show that came from, you could win a box of mini flags made by Terry. And now it's time for my favorite flag waver, Terry Rice.
I bet you can't say that 3 times fast. Favorite flag waver. Okay, the other day I pulled these out and was putting them in kits, and I realized it's like most of my favorite colors were gone, but now I pull these out and it's like, oh yeah, these are all still here, so I think I was just not finding them. But I decided I was going to make some before I even pulled these out, so I am going to make some. And you need to like and subscribe and comment where Sheldon and Amy are, what show Sheldon and Amy are from, and I'll send you a box of flags. And I won't send you this particular box of flags because I'll give you some of these and then some new ones also. So I'm just going to show you how to make them. And I'm not going to show these today, but I thought I would just show you them. And I'll put them up here so you can see them. But these are some that I actually had in my container. And I'll maybe just, I don't know if I can leave those there or not, because maybe these. Because I got all my tools here. Okay, I bought these Diamond Elegant toothpicks. Yep, they're a tool to me. And I think I ended up buying these off Amazon because it got so hard to find them. The last time I went to buy them, I couldn't find them. But usually they have them at Kroger, and they're kind of by the, well, they have them at all the grocery stores, I'm sure. Usually by the napkins and stuff. And so anyhow, that's what I'm going to be using. And I'm going to move this around. Okay, I've already made a pile of like strips, and I want to say they're anywhere from, I put my ruler away. This one I made like a double. And, you know, if you got enough paper, you can always make a double. This is 2 inches wide, or long, I should say. And it is 5/8 wide. And this is if you want this same paper on both sides. Usually I just make them one-sided because lots of times my scraps are just little. And so I just kind of use what I have. And I'm going to show you. These are mostly Mente papers, but I do have some P13. I have some, this one here, which I have no idea what it is, and because I've had it for a long time. And let's see, I'm sure there's Simple Stories and all different ones in here. But anyhow, I'm pulling out this one here because you see this one here, it's like, there's not a straight edge with the exception of what's there. So I'm going to show you what I do to cut them. And gosh, I just never have a big enough desk. Okay, so I've got my little Tim Holtz cutter out. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it into the edge and kind of look to this little edge here where it's actually a 1/2 inch. Okay, now if I cut it right there, I will have a piece in here that will be a nice cut. But I can take it to the very edge of where it's really cut in, because I'd cut out, you know, whatever the embellishments were on the other side. So that looks pretty straight. I'm gonna pull this out a little bit more and then I think it's straight. It's hard to tell because light and shadows and all that jazz, but this works good. Okay. Okay, so now I actually don't have any crooked lines there. So that's a real good piece. And then if these look like I could maybe punch something out of them, then I'll still save them. I want to say I'm as thrifty as Ginger because she said she punches them down to nothing. Okay, now I have some wood, a little piece of wood here. I'm going to come in a little bit. I have a little piece of wood here. I don't really find that I like that on a flag, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut that off. But this this little piece here, I think I'll really like that. So I'm going to cut that right there. But I'm going to save this because maybe I want to punch something out of it. And this one here, it looks like it's at least an inch. Like there's an inch, yep. So I'm actually going to cut it just a little bit longer because I'm not going to leave that just that little bit of candy cane for the next one, even though it would be all right. Okay, so then I've got this little rectangle, and it is, what did I think? It's 3/8 by 1 1/16 inches. So that's really nice size for doing one. And then I also have this, which that might be all right for one. Trying to think of how it looks. I mean, sometimes it's like you got to decide if it's going to look good as a flag. So I think I'm going to forgo that, but I'll save it. And like here's one here that's P13, and I think all these would look pretty as a flag. So now this right here, I could get a bigger piece out of there and a bigger piece out of there. So I'm going to cut that first. I'm showing you how to be really thrifty. And these papers are so pretty. It's like I just always even hate to throw away, you know, a piece that looks like it could be something else. And this has got that real pretty flower there. And I'm just trying to make sure that when I cut it, that this edge will be straight, because that's going to be my bottom as of right now. Okay, so I'm going to cut that. And that worked well. So these two right here is the ones that I was concentrating on because they were the ones I was going to get the biggest piece out of. And I'm just going to go ahead and cut it right to the edge of the color that it is. And so I've got this real pretty blue one. Now I've left a little bit too much here, but I can just cut that at the end. I got this pretty floral one. And then the next ones are gonna need to be narrower. Since I don't want to spend a whole lot of time doing this part, I'm just gonna do this one because I've got a bunch of them cut out. But now this one, I will take it down to the skinniest part, which I can tell is right here. But this one will be really pretty. They'll all look really nice, I think. So then I'm just gonna line it up again, as close as I can to that line, and still get a straight edge from that slowest part. And sometimes I don't get it, you know, the lowest part, but I shoot for it. Okay, and they all look pretty good. So I'm just gonna cut them all right at the line. And you can see this was a cover where it showed all the papers, but it was from P13, so, you know, it's just like the paper. So those will all look nice. Okay, so now you've seen how I just did that. And look at this one here. I mean, it's got great big flowers. So I'm sure I could get a nice flag out of that too. But since I've got these started, I'm gonna go ahead and work on these. Oh, the husband's having to pick up all my little papers that I've just flung everywhere. Actually, I didn't know I flung them everywhere.
Just part of the fun with flags.
That's right. The fun that he gets to have, he gets to pick up my mess. Not usually. Okay. So, I also want to show you how sometimes I do ones like this with like the little extra band on there. Here's another one. And I think those are the only two I did like that. These ones here I made out of branding strips. And look at how cute that is. And this one here, it's got a whole train on the front of it. Okay, so let's see, I'm going to use this green. And maybe I could put a little piece of purple on the front of that. Now you seen the other day I saved these ridiculous little pieces of paper. And this is what I do with them. Oh, like here's one that's kind of teal on one side. What color is the other side? I thought it was kind of purple. It's kind of maybe it's got purple mixed in with it, but boy is that pretty together. Okay, I'm gonna do that one. And I gotta decide which way I want it to go. I think I'm gonna put this way, and I'm gonna put my toothpick on this side. And then I try to alternate back and forth because I notice I point most of them to the right. And I like to use my tweezers. I like to use my needle nose, maybe because I make jewelry, so I'm really used to it. I always call it my second fingers, my extra fingers. And because some of these are, like this is a thick paper. So if you can kind of, stretch it, work it out, so it kind of just wants to curve a little more because they are it is kind of stiff paper. And it's, after I did that, it was just like, why wasn't I using that the whole time? You can, here, I got some started here. You can just, wrap it around the toothpick until it curves. But I mean, you can see me fumbling with it, and maybe if you did it all the time, maybe it would be easy. But I'm so used to using that needle nose that I have to say it just works so much faster. Oh, now I got a hold of it. But whatever this paper is, it is not as hard as that P13 paper. I think that might be the thickest paper I have here, and Mente is pretty thick too. Okay, so this is like a school paper. Might be Mente. I'm pretty sure this is Mente. I wonder how that curves. Now this one, there is like a little cut in it. And I'm probably gonna try to wrap that into the wrap, or into the pole. Or maybe I'll put it over here because it almost seems like I'd want I think I want this thing over here. So I'll probably just cut this down. And sometimes I make them into that pennant shape or into that V shape. I'm just trying to do it this way. Because, yeah, that's not too hard either. The P13, I think, is a little tougher paper. Okay, and I just kind of roll it back and forth until it rolls around it nicely. And I can tell the ones that I maybe didn't do that good enough because they're, I've had to re-glue them a little. But I like having them made. And they're super cute on, summer pages, baby pages, little kid pages, special events. Okay, and I'm doing this one where it has that little cutout. And I have to say, I've got 3 pairs of scissors here, but I use the long ones when I want to cut them myself. But I usually try to use the cutter. Okay, so I've got that on there. And I can tell it's not really straight, but I can straighten it out here. Okay, and this one I'm going to cut it into that little pennant flag, since it's got that little snip out of it. So there's one. One done, yay! Okay, and I'm going to do this one here because I want to show you how to layer the extra little pieces on there. I like two-tone things. I know it just seems like it's more than, you know, it's just more. And I can't tell if I actually got out glue or not. I can hear glue. Does it feel like there's glue there? I can't tell. I think barely. I'm gonna put a little more in there. Let me see if I can actually see it. This is so pretty, and I think it's a P13. I mean, there's always such pretty little scraps left. I always hate to throw them away. Okay, so I'm gonna figure this is gonna fit. That's what, if I get a really skinny one, I just always, a real skinny cut, and it looks nice and straight. I always hate to throw them away. Okay, so I'm gonna put that right on the top. Let's see, do I want to glue this maybe? Do we have my tweezers here? It's been a while since I did this. I don't remember it being so much like I'm all thumbs. Okay, and I'm going to kind of roll that into it a little bit. And I'm going to see if I can come a little closer. You see how cute it is? So there's that one. Where's the other one I did? Here's another one. So that's 2 different ones. Okay, I got this one. Look at how pretty the floral is. And remember, one day I made an embellishment and I actually put, used the little floral print from the branding strip to make little swimsuits. That was fun. I want to say, there's no paper too small. But yeah, sometimes. I've got a whole lid here of too small. Or print. Because it was close to the branding strip. So there's just a plain straight one. And that's it. You can see how most of my leave plain straight. just because I can always trim them later if I decide to. And then sometimes I'll do a double one. So I know I had a couple here where I thought would be cute double ones. Oh, I have this little plaid. And what did I think went really well with it? I had something picked out to go with it, but I should have left it with it, I guess. Is it this? That would work well. Trying to think what collection it. I know that's from a fall collection. But I don't remember what paper. There was one that was close to it, and I thought, oh, that must be part of the collection. Now I know this is kind of this lacy pattern. I don't remember what it's from, but those look nice together. And so I've got like 2 different patterns. I like that. So either one of these would work. This maybe seems a little dark. Oh, here's lighter. Maybe those 2. Okay, let me try that. Okay, I'm gonna do that. And so I'm gonna have this one be the wide one, and then I'm gonna do a narrower one. So I'm gonna cut this down a little bit. Is that a little bit lighter? This might be a little bit lighter. And I have one that's a little bit smaller. That one, but not skinnier. I want skinnier. I usually cut up against the bottom. But I'm gonna try to cut this in half. So I'm just gonna eyeball it with what looks like the same amount. Okay, so I'm going to put those together. And which one do I want on the top and which one on the bottom? I think I'm going to put this on the bottom because the orange is heavier to me visually. Okay, and I'm going to start with this. And I know this is a Mente paper, and I think it's called Autumn Splendor. And this might be from it too. I have no idea. But they go well together. Okay, so I'm going this way. Whenever I think about it, I try to go to the left because usually I got them going towards the right. Okay, I think I'm gonna put this first, just because I want it at the top. And I don't put a whole lot of the toothpick up at the top. I try to just have that first little knob that you see. Oh, the drawing that I'm gonna do needs to be just in the US because I mailed a pretty good sized package out one day and it cost me a small fortune. So sorry about that. But I'll finish making some of these and then I'll throw in some I already have made and some of the new ones I make too into that box. And this is something, you know, once you get your little pieces cut, you could just sit in front of, well, you could even cut them out and, oh, my camera turned off. Okay, now I've got my little scissors and I'm gonna cut this one into a fishtail banner, or a fishtail flag, I should say. And then this other one, I'm going to just cut it diagonally from the front of that fishtail flag. Look at how cute that is. Love it. So I got 3 made. I mean, most time I was just showing you how to, oh, I got 4 made, yay. I thought it's so funny because I think, oh, I've used up all the pink, the blue, the turquoise. Here's one that's just like leaves, but I mean, you could punch out a little flower and put it on there also. Here's one that has pumpkins on it, and I've already cut it into a pennant type because it was cut there, so I thought, okay, I'm just gonna go with that, and I think this will be super cute. It's not very big, it's gonna be a smaller one. But I could always take some orange and put it underneath if I wanted it to be a little wider. There, and I'm getting some glue. And I just kind of roll it back and forth a little bit until I feel like it's kind of stuck there. And there's one with pumpkins. Okay, is there another one I would like to do? Here's one that it actually has like a little cut out of it, almost like a circle. And I thought that would be really a pretty one. So I don't know if I want to cut it from this side and let this wrap around. I might want to do that. But I didn't want to cut off any more of the flower, especially if I was going to be rolling this into the toothpick anyway. So I'm just going to leave that there because by the time it rolls around from the front, you'll never see that. So sometimes when you look at your paper, you'll decide which way you want your flag to go to. Okay, and which way do I want to cut this? I think I'm just going to cut it at an angle. So there's one like that. So I think I've showed you all the different ways. Oh, I was going to show you, whoops, that's my trash. This one here, because this one I left it wider. So if you just put the glue in the middle, I'm going to put in a little extra so it's enough to meet, well, actually, this whole thing is going to need glue. Okay. Because I'm making it two-sided. So sometimes if I have enough, I'll make it two-sided just because it will give me the option of which way. And if you have really flimsy paper and you really like it and you're going to make a flag out of it, just double it up. Okay, and this one I think I'll make into a little fish-tailed flag. Okay, I think I've showed you kind of all the different ones that I do. So I've got my little trash, and then I got this stuff here that I thought I will still keep using that. Maybe punch hearts or something out of it. And remember, you can always use your little branding strips because I think this is adorable. This is so cute. Here's one with the school. Here's a little Christmas house. Here's one that just had flowers on it and a little pink edge. Oh, these here, I'll show you one day how to do these. This one, this says sweet pea, and then I cut out a little sweet pea from it and then put it on another paper. And I did it here too. Now this was part of the same paper, but this was a different paper, but it had the same colors. And then I have this with just a single paper. And this one here with vellum paper. And so you can kind of see the paper from the other side, but I think it looks fine. Here's one like 4th of July colors. And you could always do a stripe on one side. So that'd be really cute, but I must not have had that. And then you might need a racing flag. Oh, was I even in the camera? I think my hand might have been up. Hopefully you've seen them all. Gonna kind of give you a quick look again. But they're really cute. I like this one here because this plaid is kind of a stripe, or the gingham is kind of a wavy. And look at how it gives the flag movement. I think it's super cute. And then I always love them with flowers. And here's a Jen Hadfield paper, and it just looks elegant. So that's it for today. Make sure you subscribe, like, and leave a comment if you think you know who Amy and or where Amy and Sheldon do their fun with flags. And you will get a box full of flags. Once I draw the name, somebody will win it. And remember, just in the country, so just in the United States country. So have a wonderful and blessed day. I will have a little close-up at the end, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.